Speaking of looking crazy, let's move on to Alec Baldwin, crazy ass. Come on, man. Alec Baldwin, bro. You talked yourself into a conviction. It ain't just black folks, it's white people too. It's white people too. Let's go to Alec Baldwin, man. Alec Baldwin has oh, I'm sorry, my bad. Did you not see this on the doc?
I did not. You're gonna have to put me up on game on this one.
Oh,
this is for the Rust film, right?
Yes, it is definitely from the Rust film.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure the world knows about what happened. The accidental unaliving or death of that beautiful soul who worked on the set. Alec beat the case. Actually, they dropped the charges originally. It's been about a year and a half since the incident.
Yeah, it's almost 2 years.
Yeah, exactly. And then for some reason, this morning, New Mexico has drafted charges against Alec Baldwin, and they have actually indicted him for involuntary manslaughter. And my question is, do you think he'll beat it? And do you think it's actually justified for him to actually finally be charged with this? Are you familiar with the story at all? Or
I'm familiar with it to an extent, man, but like I don't know. I just feel like it's blown out. It's getting like attention because it's a celebrity, but like, yo, like someone got killed.
That's the important part.
And yo, like, okay, I'll just say this.
Okay.
Someone got killed on a set. It's unfortunate, and my condolences go out to them.
Yeah, that's tragic.
Everybody. Right. Now, I do want to throw in this thing that I learned probably right before that incident happened, but all y'all seen John Wick, right?
Of course.
Or know what it's about. You know, they've got a gazillion guns on set, right?
Yep.
So, the guy who directs that is a guy who was working on the equipment for, like, I think the Brandon Lee movie, that The Crow or whatever. Yeah.
The same one from Rust?
He's from no. I'm talking about I'm talking about the John Wick dude. Meaning he knows being in the industry, he was part of something crazy tragic like this, right? And for him to have as many guns and crazy stuff as he's doing with John Wick, it's locked down.
Right.
So I don't know what to say in terms of the professional part of it, because like, yo, there's people out here that are like, they got it down. I'm sure you can get mentorship from, I don't know, like, it's just really unfortunate, but I don't know, man. I don't put extra sauce on it because it's him or because he's slimy, or I don't know. It's more just like, yo, I can't imagine knowing like you kill someone on accident and just having that feeling, like, especially just pure civilian type vibe, like, yo, like, so I'm just saying, man, like, it's just really unfortunate. And to me, if he gets time and that's what justice is, then that's what it is. But I can't really like lean either way, you know. I can't be like, no, like,
okay,
you know what I mean? And I guess I honestly don't know enough to really be like, I stand on this side. He should be for life. He double checked, or he hired, or I don't know. You know, I don't know enough to kind of be like strong stance, but it's just really unfortunate. And I just wanted to throw out that tidbit about that director for the John Wick dude, because
he went through that was big in movies. I ain't gonna lie, that was big in Hollywood.
That was a shockwave.
Also, Brandon Lee, because that was Bruce Lee's son for sure. That was big for everybody for sure.
It's huge, man.
Yeah.
And for him to be able to,
that he worked on the set of John Wick, and
he's a director.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even know that.
So he moved up from like where this lady was. He moved up from like that position to like.
You know, I ain't gonna lie, that's a dope come up, because
stunt dude. He's like a stunt dude. Yeah,
that's dope.
He was a stunt dude on The Crow.
What I want to say is that you know me, when it happened a year and a half ago, my interest was piqued only because I didn't even know Alec Baldwin was still making movies. Honestly,
low budget, right? Or this was kind of like indie or whatever.
No, it's all funded by him and his little situations. It's indie, but it's
indie.
He's trying to get in his Mel Gibson bag. Short.
Medium budget.
Yeah, sure. Like I said, I did a little research on it when it first happened a year ago, and I've been having my ear to it, like ear to the streets on this one. I ain't gonna lie, because it just seemed like the nonchalant attitude he had about it was just a little off to me. Like it was a
You,
little off putting. Um, it didn't make any sense how like you could be responsible, and this is my opinion, but it's my opinion. You are responsible
mm,
because the equipment manager, whatever you want to call him, whatever, was in charge of making sure the pistol or whatever the prop was malfunctioning. I'm sorry, was functioning correctly. But you, as a person who's actually putting a weapon in your hand, you're supposed to automatically check those things yourself. And when you do movies and things like that, they have somebody on set who is supposed to go over those things with you and those precautions. And I feel that I don't know if this is a low budget movie and the person didn't go over that with you, but let's be clear. Alec Baldwin stated when he said, I just picked up the gun because he said it was ready and then went to work. You didn't do any checking or any of that yourself. What irked me was because that same year that happened, I watched Tory Lanez get arrested. I watched the O Block people get arrested. I watched a lot of people get arrested with less evidence
talk to him.
than Alec Baldwin had against him, and they dropped his. And then it was funny too because I was talking with somebody about it, and they said, "I don't understand why you're upset about the situation." I said, "I'm not upset about the situation. I just know laws, and I know a specific law that applies appropriately for this situation. It's called involuntary manslaughter." And I was wondering why that was never brought up. So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, I let it go because it's not my business. It's not my family members. I don't know Alec in real life. I don't care. I let it go. So then I'm watching this morning. Oh sorry, no, I take it back. 6 months ago, on the anniversary of her death.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that post that Alec made?
Oh,
Oh, he made a post on his Instagram, a picture of her, the person who passed.
on
I
her
was
anniversary, on her death anniversary.
on not her birthday, death anniversary.
Just making sure it's clear.
Right. I was expecting to see like, you know what I mean, something that was like beautiful soul, somebody that was taken too early, somebody that just left behind family members and loved ones and pivotal inspirational character on. I was putting all that. You know how people put the sauce on it, a little extra. You know what I mean? I was putting all that. You know what the man said? A year ago today. That's it. Which further lets me start thinking, maybe you kind of cool with this. Maybe you like, you know what I mean? That feels very callous. It feels very cold. It feels very, you know what I'm saying? And then I ain't gonna lie, I'm pretty sure that did not help you when it came to that jury indicting you for this. Like, because that was cold. That was
Even though it's not supposed to, but yeah, it's gonna affect you.
I don't
I had
care what
no
nobody
idea.
says. I don't care what nobody says. When they say the jury don't know what's going on and things like that, they have an inkling. I'm sorry, don't come on. We all have cell phones.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
We all have cell phones. We're gonna know what's going on. So my question is though, do you feel um that the charges are appropriate? That's my question. And do you think he'll beat it?
What are the charges?
He was
That's the
indicted
thing.
for involuntary manslaughter.
Oh, involuntary man. Okay, okay. I mean, I'm not great at the law library, but
Illegalese?
um, if he's got to do some time, or he's got to pick up trash for 5 years, wear an anklet, then he's got to. But I don't know, man. Like, I just know like this kind of does also fall on him because it's his production, all this, right? But I don't know in terms of like how much kind of time he should get because it's like
That's not up to us.
it's yeah, yeah, you know what I mean? It's murder. Like I,
It's involuntary manslaughter. Like that's
I mean, if someone died, I didn't mean murder. Like, you know, it's somebody somebody's gone, and so
yeah,
that's when I can't start putting value or equity on somebody's life because everybody's life's different and all that. So, um, you got me interested now to see what happens. So I'll definitely just keep an ear out now. But I do kind of, when you were talking, I was thinking about it more, just like, oh yeah, I forgot I did hear like, you know, he's a producer. This is his production.
right.
So there's some other part there, but um, now I'm kind of like, are they going to sue that company too separately? permanent thing, but they can't. Oh.
I'm gonna let you finish cooking, but go ahead.
Okay, but yeah, man. Like, I don't know, man. I'm just, I don't know. I'm not good with being able to be like, well, it's manslaughter. That's 4 years. Like,
Well, me personally,
let's hear what you got, because you this is you good in this one, man. You
well, yeah,
got this
I ain't
plate.
gonna lie. Yeah, this is courts. This is everything. The
This is you,
law.
man.
Yeah.
This is your lane.
The first thing I'm gonna say is that it's not up to block giants at all to determine how much time
Oh yeah.
somebody should get for any crime. I feel like that's a jury's job, and that's why they get paid the big bucks to be, to sit there and miss work.
Your trail
Um,
mix.
yeah, big trail mix. The apple too, little lunch. They gonna bring a little sandwich. Yeah, they can 5-star meal, 5 course. Yeah. But what I was gonna say is, like I said, I was following this case in depth because actually I was a fan of Alec Baldwin ever since he did the way before the Trump stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've been a fan of Alec Baldwin, and I thought the case was just so weird and his lack of empathy. Everything was so weird. But like I do want to say is that the biggest thing for me is that I do know the laws. I don't want no one to go to jail. I never been an advocate of jail for anybody. But what I want to say is that I do know the laws, and under the statutes of the law, he should have been charged with that a year ago, like, because that's literally the basis of the law. It says kind of verbatim, like, if you cause
Mm,
unintentional death of somebody else by your hands, you should be charged with it. Like, that's like literally verbatim how they say it. Like, and the
mm.
fact that you were never charged, I thought that was wild. But also, I also know a little of the tidbit part of the situation is that Alec was doing some. This ain't alleged. This is actually some shady shit, in my opinion. You
Mm.
gave her husband executive producer credits so he wouldn't sue you and try to keep it quiet. And I thought that was another thing that was weird as hell.
Yeah,
So
that's slimy.
if that doesn't show guilt, I don't know. You know what I mean? So like I said, I don't want no one to go to jail, but I feel like a lot of things were happening behind the scenes that probably make it feel like there should be a little more light shed on it. Um like I said, somebody lost their lives, man, and you shouldn't be trying to cover up the information about how they lost their lives. You should be trying to give that person their flowers about, you know what I mean, about the closure for the families. That's what I'm really trying to say. Closure for the families. If it's an accident, it's an accident. If it's not an accident, then it's not an accident. But my biggest thing is I want to say is that I totally feel that Alec is going to beat the case. Not because you're white, not because you have privilege. You're going to beat the case because the DA and the the police who actually found the evidence and did all the FBI, all that, they messed up a lot of evidence in the chain of custody and the chain on, you know what I mean, with the pistol. So look, this is how I know you're gonna beat the case. Just this by itself. The malfunctioning gun they had, gave it, surrendered to the FBI, and the FBI fixed it because it was broken. So that doesn't help the that doesn't help the district attorney. That helps the defense because now you just fix the fucking the smoking gun. You fix the smoking gun. So like now, well, my whole defense is, well, it wasn't working before you got it. You fixed it. Like, so, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's
If
gonna
they
beat
didn't have a if they didn't have a badge, that would be tampering with evidence.
exactly. But like I said, actually, technically though, I think it actually is gonna fall under some sort of statute because they told the people not to. I don't know. Like I said, they've handled the case sloppily. That's why I said he's gonna probably just, you know what I mean, get out the situation. Like,
Like a mistrial or something.
yeah, something like this just crazy.
That's nuts, man.